What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of my new career mode. This is episode number 38, and we start today's episode off with a full list of the successful negotiations over the past two transfer windows. You can see all the players that left and all the players that joined as well. Loads and loads and loads and loads of business got done over these two transfer windows, but I have to say, I'm liking the new look Torino. We've shifted on a lot of the deadwood that was here when we arrived. We still kept quite a few of the players, obviously, but even so, I'm liking the new look Torino. We've made some pretty decent improvements, and I'm hopeful this year as well. We mentioned in the last episode, I mentioned it right at the start of the season as well. I'm hoping this season for our first trophy with the club as well. If it's the Serie A, I'll be delighted. But of course, don't forget we are still in the TIM Cup as well, and that is the first game of today's episode here, as we take on Napoli in the semi-final first leg. So obviously, I'm not too fussed about the TIM Cup, as I've said a few times already before. But even so, it will be very nice to reach our first ever cup final with the side. And the first chance did fall to Napoli, unsurprisingly, but the second chance fell to us in the 21st minute. Darmian cuts inside here and shoots, but it's a great save by the goalkeeper, and eventually it comes to Quagliarella, and Poloski gets in his way. So still Torino 0, Napoli 0, goalless as things stood. But in the 25th minute, a great chance to take the lead here as Zidane finds Poloski down the right-hand side, has the pace on his man, keeps on going, gets himself inside to shoot, but Andujar makes a good save and turns it behind for a corner. So still goalless in this game, but a couple of early chances for both sides. But from the corner, it's crossed in by Darmian, looking for Engels, our centre-back, but it's another good stop by the goalkeeper. And eventually it's cleared away. So still goalless in this game. A few minutes later, yet another corner. Darmian crosses the ball in, and again Engels is a target, and the Belgian centre-half's header goes just wide of the post. So still goalless in this game. In the 44th minute, though, another good chance for Napoli as they go down the left-hand side. Insigne crosses the ball in, looks for Lopez, and his header hits the bar and is eventually cleared away. So still Torino 0, Napoli 0 going into the break, but loads of chances in the first half. And in the second half, 5 minutes after the restart, a great chance for us to take the lead. Poloski tried to play it through to Quagliarella, a bit of a breakdown in communication there as Quagliarella failed to continue his run, but eventually as Napoli got on the ball, they gave it straight back to Poloski. And if there's one man you don't want to give the ball to inside your own area, it's Poloski. He is such a good finisher, and that just showed it right there. What a wonderful finish that is by our striker, who has of course lost his place in the first team now due to Choupo-Moting coming in January, but even so, with finishes like that, it won't be long before he's reinstated into the first team. Brilliant finish there, and it's Torino 1, Napoli 0. 53rd minute, though, another good chance for Napoli, but again Maxi Lopez is denied by Meret, our former striker, looking to score against us, but it was still 1-0 to Torino. But in the 62nd minute, a great chance to make it 2-0 here as we go on the break. Poloski fake shots around Enrique, looking for his second goal of the game, turns Koulibaly. Lovely stuff from Poloski, goes through one-on-one, but the finish goes wide, and that is uncharacteristic from Alberto Poloski. So still Torino 1, Napoli 0. In the 68th minute, though, a great chance for Napoli to equalise as Inler gets on the ball here, and he's running at the defence, gives it towards Jorginho. He plays it through towards Insigne. Great chance here for Napoli. Insigne turns Balanta and shoots, and what a finish that is by Lorenzo Insigne. I said the last time we played against Napoli, he was my player of the match in that game. He played really well against us. He's a transfer target of mine in the future, and with finishes like that, you can see why. This was brilliant. Turns Balanta, gets onto his left foot, and smashes the ball past Engels, and of course Darmian recovering on the line there. It goes through his legs and past Meret as well into the back of the net. Great finish there, and it's Torino 1, Napoli 1. In the 74th minute, a great chance to make it 2-1 to Torino and retake the lead. Quagliarella goes down the right-hand side and whips in across towards Poloski. He wins the header, but Andujar turns it behind for a corner and keeps it at Torino 1, Napoli 1 in this game. But in the 80th minute here, as they're passing out from the back, Meret gets it back from Darmian. I try and chip it down the left-hand side so I can see Napoli pressing the centre-back Balanta. It's won back by Mertens, comes inside, and eventually for Napoli, Maxi Lopez turns it in and makes it Torino 1, Napoli 2. So he comes back to the Stadio Olimpico de Torino and scores against us. Maxi Lopez, one of the first players we sold when we joined Torino, does come back to haunt us here 9 minutes from time, and that goal is all my fault. I mean, I tried to pass out from the back every single time, and sometimes it works out, most of the time works out really, but sometimes it goes wrong, and when it does go wrong, you usually have a great chance of conceding a goal. That's exactly what happened there. Napoli won the ball back, played it through, Maxi Lopez scores and makes it Torino 1, Napoli 2. So final score 2-1 to Napoli. Disappointed with that, obviously. Napoli in the game, I felt played, a little bit worse than us. I felt as though we deserved to at least draw the game, let alone lose it. But even so, Insigne again was my player of the match, again played really well for Napoli, and we do lose the first leg of the TIM Cup. So we'll have the second leg. We'll be playing the second leg in a month's time, so it's not all over just yet. But even so, going to the Stadio San Paolo, being two goals to one down in the tie, we'll probably still play a backup side in that game anyway. It's going to take some serious doing for us to overcome from that. Even so, we take on Cagliari for the second and final game of today's episode here as Cagliari come and take us on to Stadio Olimpico de Torino. So our first defeat in a few games there. Interestingly enough, our previous defeat before that game was also against Napoli as well. So hoping to turn it around in this game against Cagliari and get back to winning ways in the league, which is of course the most important competition for us. In the first chance, would fall to us 1 in the 9th minute as Nicola Muri tries to drill in a cross down the left-hand side. However, the referee awards a penalty to Torino early on after the slide challenge was made, and also sends the Cagliari man off as well. And as João Pedro gets himself a red card there, I have to see, you can see the goalkeeper there thinking, what on earth is that red card for? I couldn't see how it was a penalty, let alone a red card. I really couldn't. I thought that was a terrible decision by the referee. He may have clipped Muri before he won the ball, but it seemed like a great challenge to me anyway. But if it wasn't, then, you know, fair enough, it's a penalty, but in no way is that a red card in my opinion. Absolutely no way. So penalty to Torino, and as you know, when we get these penalties and we're not too sure, we chip them down the middle, give the goalkeeper the best chance of saving it. And as you can see, for the first time in a while, the goalkeeper does stand down the middle. So Colombi catches the penalty and says thank you very much to Immobile, giving up the penalty, and it's Torino 0, Cagliari 0 still. So totally fair way of doing it in my opinion, and it's still goalless in this game. But of course Cagliari were down to 10 men, couldn't do anything about that, wasn't going to get a player intentionally sent off or anything, but still 0-0 in this game. Muri then smacked that ball over the bar and it was still 0-0, and in the 30th minute Choupo-Moting cuts inside, heel Ronaldo chop gets taken down, and the referee awards a second penalty to Torino just past the half an hour mark. However, unlike the first penalty, this one was a little bit more clear cut. The first one, in my opinion, I didn't think it was a penalty, but for this one, it's Daniel De Sena takes down Choupo-Moting after Ronaldo chops past him, and you know, I'm not going to chip this one down the middle. That's a definite penalty and a great chance for us to take the lead in this game. So Choupo-Moting not happy about it, still searching for his first goal for the club, but Immobile wasn't going to give it to Colombi this time. He was going to stand up and try and score it. He smashes the ball past the goalkeeper, sends him the wrong way, and makes it Torino 1, Cagliari 0. So we do take the lead, the second penalty of the game, but of course this one was a justifiable one in my opinion. We do take the lead in the game through Immobile. That's now his 13th goal in the Serie A this season. We're targeting 20 goals and he's creeping ever closer to that target. So Torino 1, Cagliari 0 in this game. Immobile opening the scoring for us just past the half an hour mark here. And from the kickoff, Robbie Keane, interesting enough, passes the ball, and eventually Cagliari get on the ball here. As we put them under pressure though, they eventually give the ball away as Rossettini heads it backwards towards Florenzi. He gets tackled, but as it falls to Florenzi here, he wins it back, plays it through towards Hakan Çalhanoğlu, strikes it from range, and finally we have seen Hakan score a long range goal that isn't from a free kick. I've been trying quite a few times, I've came close a couple of times, one which hit the bar against Austria Vienna, but this goal by Hakan was probably the goal of the series so far. Absolutely beautiful strike, and we know this guy can strike it from range, not just from dead balls but also from normal play as well, and that is a wonderful goal. And you know, we signed a guy £15 million in the summer. I was thinking, oh, should I have done that, should I not have done that? Maybe we could have signed a couple of decent players instead for half the price. But even so, when he's scoring goals like that, I'm very glad I spent £15 million. What a lovely goal by Hakan Çalhanoğlu. The free kick he scored against Sampdoria, I think it was really nice, but this one in my opinion is much better. It's his 9th goal in the Serie A this season, and for a midfielder that's not actually playing in his preferred central attacking midfield slot, that's the thing you need to remember, he's playing in the CM slot. That's a really healthy contribution. More goals than Gabbiadini, Florenzi and Baselli as well, the other 3 players in that diamond all put together this season. He's playing really well in his debut year for us, and I just love using the guy, I really do. It's Torino 2, Cagliari 0 with one of the goals of the series there through Hakan, and in the 45th minute a great chance to make it 3-0, another shot from just outside the area, but a great save with the goalkeeper. We win it back when it comes to Gabbiadini tries to shoot and it's blocked, comes to Immobile finds Florenzi, and again the goalkeeper makes the save and Cagliari get the ball away. So after they went down to 10 men, it was pretty much all Torino really. However, in the 69th minute they would get themselves a lifeline in this game and make it Torino 2, Cagliari 1. It's an own goal through Maximovic, and last season we didn't concede a single own goal. Now we conceded 3 of them. It's an own goal from Maximovic there, heading the ball past Bernie, and unfortunately for us, it's Torino 2, Cagliari 1, and basically out of nothing, you know, Cagliari are back in the game, you know, and that's Maximovic's second own goal of the season this season as well. So Torino 2, Cagliari 1, our skipper has conceded his second own goal of the season and gives the away side a lifeline. They almost battle back from 2 goals down to equalise here as well. David Villa, how about that, Cagliari, a new signing for them, shooting the ball just wide of the post and almost levelling up up for the 10 men. So still 2-1 in this game, and we were beginning to feel a little bit nervous here, and our hearts are racing a little bit. But from the goal kick that we pass out from the back, and Hakan gets on the ball and plays it through towards Danilo down the right-hand side. Really good chance here as our Brazilian right-back cuts past his man inside the area, finds Choupo-Moting, turns his man, but again he's denied his first goal for the club by a brilliant save by the goalkeeper as he turns it behind for a corner. So still Torino 2, Cagliari 1, and from the corner Maximovic tries to make amends after scoring the own goal, but his header goes over the bar and it is still 2-1 to Torino. But despite getting themselves back in the game, Cagliari were beginning to chase shallows a little bit. I'll be honest, after they started getting back in the game I was feeling a little bit nervous, so I tried to retain possession and just work the space a little bit, try to tire them out, exactly what we did, and in the 84th minute scored a pretty nice team goal. Eventually Immobile slides it through towards Gabbiadini, and Gabbiadini slides the ball into the bottom corner and makes it Torino 3, Cagliari 1, and that's the dagger right there. There's no way back for Cagliari now. We are surely on course for the 3 points. So what a lovely assist by Immobile. Brilliant through ball into Gabbiadini, and Gabbiadini is not going to miss that chance. So that's his 4th goal in the Serie A this season, and it's Torino 3, Cagliari 1. And in stoppage time, it was still 3-1 to Torino. Cagliari pushed way too many bodies forward, and as Poloski finds Gabbiadini here, he could go through for his 2nd goal of the game, but he says, you know what, you're looking for your 1st goal for the club, go on, go and take it, and he does. Choupo-Moting finally scores his 1st goal for the club. I say finally, it's only his 3rd game, but even so he's had so many attempts, so many unfortunate shots which have been saved by the goalkeeper, but this time he does find the back of the net, scores his 1st goal for the club, and a really nice finish. Ronaldo chops around the last defender and coolly slots it in with the left foot, scores his 1st goal in a Torino shirt, and makes it Torino 4, Cagliari 1. So final score 4-1 to Torino. Delighted with that result. Our hearts were racing a little bit after Cagliari got themselves back in the game, but thankfully for us we survived the onslaught. We did deserve the win as well. We played far better than Cagliari, and a much deserving 3 points, although the red card of course was really harsh on the away side. But that is the episode, guys, so as always a big thank you for watching the video. Really hope you have enjoyed it. If you enjoyed today's episode of my new career mode, then please do leave a like, it's much appreciated, and it really does help my channel out, and I'll see you for the next episode of my new career mode very soon.